Hey guys, ACAP24 here with a new formation scheme. We're going to be looking at the gun stack Y flex. And the play we're going to be calling is the drive H wheel. So the only adjustments we're going to do on this plays, guys, is go ahead and put this RB on a block. And then I like to smart route my Y receiver when it's got a little bit of down and distance. Like at first down and 10, I like to smart route them. I feel like it just gives you a couple extra yards to kind of, if in case there's any type of hard flats that are in your zone, just gives it a little bit more. It's not that noticeable, but if somebody's mixing it in, I would definitely go that route. Just gives you a little bit more room. Now got cover 2 here, and you're going to notice here with cover 2 that it's going to work anywhere. I kind of like it better on the short side of the field because when you see it here, you're going to be able to throw this ball pretty easily right there. That time they even got crossed up a little bit. Usually it's a little bit more smooth than that. Let's go ahead and show it to you here again and see how they went ahead, and it's really simple, and you're going to catch that ball on the sidelines. You're going to get yourself 4 to 5 yards pretty easily and not have to worry about too much of a threat there. Once he makes the cut, you throw it there, and you get yourself some good yards. Now it works again on the wide side of the field. When it does the wide side of the field, you're going to want to hesitate an extra second. You're going to know that the guy's going to back up. So when you see it here, you're going to see that right now you don't want to throw it. You don't want to throw it. Once he backs up, you're going to throw it. So you should always think, no matter if you're the short side or the far side of the field, that you want to throw it and time it when the guy is going to hit the sidelines. If that makes more sense to you, because it's going to be the best way to describe it. So here, you don't want to throw it now. You want to wait until he's going to hit the sidelines. And if you have that as your mentality, you're going to throw it at the right time, okay? So that's how it goes against cover 2. And if you go ahead and look at it when the right side of the screen, when you go against cover 2, these guys are extra players. You don't have to do anything with them, but they've got 2 unique motions where we can go ahead and use it as a decoy when it comes to cover 2 or any coverage, basically. So if this guy goes ahead and moves it in here, he can form as a blocker. We're going to be able to use that motion for different plays in the scheme, running plays, and just basically an extra blocker if we have any type of overload blitzes that we need that extra blocker for. But that motion's not needed to make this play work, but it's also not going to make it a difference. The other one is this one over here. So if you just want to have some fun with this and go back and forth with the motions, just to make sure that you have that ability to kind of keep them off guard, you definitely can. Now, this motion right here, the only reason why I like this one is against man coverage. The splits are a little bit better between the A and the B. The levels concept's a little bit better. They're more compressed. So I typically will go to that one if I think it's man coverage, but it doesn't really matter for any other coverage what you do, okay? So that's basically cover 2. Now let's go ahead and take a look at cover 3. Now with cover 3, it's going to be the exact same scenario where this X guy is going to get wide open. You're going to see it's actually going to be a little bit easier. And you could throw this a little bit quicker on the cover 3, just because you're going to see that it just opens up. If you look at that left cornerback, he's not playing with you anymore. He's leaving his zone and going backwards. So you have that ability. On the wide side, if you go ahead and try to turn it up, you'll definitely have a better opportunity to do so. Now, the way you want to do that, and I haven't taught this yet, the new rack and steer, you don't want to try to time the catch or the rack catch as your guy's hitting his hands. What you want to do is you want to press it early and then turn it up the field. So right here, I'm throwing X. I already pressed X. Oh, that was a really bad example because I didn't let him lead him up. But let's go ahead and show you here. So really, when he goes ahead here, I'm pressing X. I already pressed X, and now I can kind of steer up the field. If you wait too long, it won't let you kind of steer up the field as easily. So you want to press that your rack and catch earlier, and then you get on your analog sticks and turn them back up the field, okay? So that's how it works on the short side of the field on cover 3. Now the wide side of the field, that was the wide side. Now the short side of the field, what you're going to see here again is that this X is going to be wide open, and it's just, they have to adjust to it. Whether it's underneath coverage or maybe a Mabel type situation. I think I have a Mabel in my audibles here. I do? Okay. So in a Mabel type situation, this would be the best bet. You got a hard flat, curl flat, deep, right? But the routes on the right-hand side will allow this B to be wide open because the player's got to have to cover that A receiver. So you watch it here, A goes up. Now you just kind of dump it under the B, and you get some real easy yardage when it comes to that, just because of the way the Mabel works. That's always your dump off. Your second look is always going to be this B receiver as your progression. So it's always going to go X, Y, then B. All right, so that's how the cover 3s work. Now, we'll go ahead and look at man coverage real quick because I got it open. And I was telling you before, with man coverage, what I like is If I think it's man, I like to put this guy on motion just so I have a nice 1-2 punch with the B and the A. Now, typically on the short side of the field, it doesn't work as well to this wide receiver unless you have a nice receiver that beats him. So typically, if I don't see that he makes a big break on it, I'm going to dump it off to the B or the A. So I'm going to look at the Y first. Looks like he's stuffed. We got this guy here, and we're going to be able to get that nice, easy drag route. Now, if it's the wide side of the field, I typically will give that Y a little bit more time to make his route work. So move this guy in. We'll go call man coverage. And what you'll see here is get the B and the A is really your two things, but we'll look at the Y. Okay, it doesn't look like he's got any leverage on him, so then we can go ahead and wait a second, throw it to the B. You're going to see that B is going to get off this route really quickly. Just from the angle of it, it's not really a drag. It's kind of like it's a nicer in cut than that. So you're definitely going to have that ability to do it. That's why I like him a little bit closer to him, because he's using that guy as kind of a shield as he goes. So you see here, the guy's got to fight through that guy. You'll be able to throw it in and get some more yardage on man coverage. So let's go take a look at cover 4 as the last coverage here. So with cover 4, you're going to see that you got that same X route over here on the left-hand side. He's going to get wide open, and you're going to have a nice easy catch. You can kind of turn it up the field like I tried to do there to get a little bit more yardage, but you're going to see what it is. Now, you see, I should put the ball in the 50 here just so you can see how many yards you're going to get. And you're going to be not something that you're going to want to run when it's 3rd and 8, okay? Reason being, he makes the cut right at the 5-yard line, and you can see right here, we're getting about 7 yards, okay? So you got to know where it is. 3rd and 6, I'd be confident in it. Anything more than that, 3rd and 7, you're kind of teetering that spot. This is to the wide side of the field, okay? I can kind of pass lead it up, and you can get yourself some more yardage if you really needed to. On the cover 4, but you're not going to be able to do that against a cover 2, and you can against cover 3, but cover 4 is the most open on it, and you can kind of see how you can get that over there. Now, if you go to the short side of the field, you're going to see that it's going to work just the same, and you're going to be able to go ahead and hit that X right on his break, and see if we can try to squeeze it up a little bit. And even when we try to squeeze it up a little bit, the most you're getting is about 7.5, 8 yards. If you just let it be as it is, you can hit it on his break. You can see that that's very quickly I threw it to him, and he's still getting about the 7 yards. So it really works against every coverage, guys, that thing. And you've got a nice back 2 routes with this A and the B for underneath ones. Like I said, make sure you mix in this motion right here and the B as well in order to keep your player off guard. Neither one of them will affect that route, obviously, and just kind of gives you a little bit of a different look that people will start looking at the tight end and what that means on that motion and not really worry about the one player on the left. So this is the first play, guys. Again, it was called Drive H Wheel. We'll come back with some more plays shortly. Thank you.